spinnerbait. I had a hit on this earlier. It's a little spinnerbait and a little chartreuse, double bladed, looks like a Colorado, maybe in Indiana. It's a Duckett spinnerbait, 12-pound test line. When he hit it really good. Little healthier one right here. Not too bad at all. Little white swim bait. Come here, buddy. This guy right here was right on the bank line. In fact, as soon as I threw it over there, he was already pecking at it. Little chubby one. They're still spawning out here. So guys, I'm going to give you a mid-April fishing report. Water temperatures right now, and it is almost 11 o'clock, is 63 degrees. 62 to 63 degrees. We've had some cooler weather come in, so it has taken the temperature down just a little bit. Bite out here has been really good, and here in just a little bit I'll show you some of the baits that I used today to catch quite a few of them. Your water clarity out here is excellent. This white swim bait, I can see 2 to 3 feet. So water clarity is excellent. I'm not sure how long that'll last. As we get towards summer, there will be more boat traffic and it'll cloud up some of the areas, but that's always good for a spinnerbait, chatterbait, and that kind of thing. So like I say, your water temperatures, they're still spawning out here. They're gonna be spawning for a while. There's a lot of post spawn right now, but there's also some of them spawning. And I'm gonna keep pecking along and see what else I can get. So guys, I'm gonna fish right here. There's a little log right here, but as far as the depths that I'm catching most of my fish, all the way from the bank line out to 20-25 feet. That has been pretty consistent for me. The bank line and 20 to 25 feet. So I'm really hoping there's a big old bass by this log. Throwing that swim bait over there. I threw a jig over there and there we go, I got a fish. I went over the top of that log. That was a big old crappie. I knew there were fish there. I saw them in the graph. And I drug a jig right up that whole limb and didn't get a bite. I was really surprised, but did wind up catching a really nice crappie. And anytime you see something like that, a log in the water, these crappie are so structure oriented and cover oriented that I'm not one bit surprised he was there, and there's probably more. So I'm gonna go over there and kind of work that log a little bit. Well, there's a lot of fish around that log. Tell you what, these suckers fight, man. He ain't very big, but he sure fought like he was big. Boy, what an attitude these white bass have. He's already tore up my swim bait and put another one on, but Yeah, they got quite an attitude. There's so many fish by that log. I just kind of crept over it, and my fish finder just lit up. Well, I can't leave. All right, let me go over some things that I used today that worked really well for me. This morning when I had some good wind, I used the spinnerbait right here. This is a Ducket spinnerbait. It's just a small finesse spinnerbait, 3/8 ounce. I throw it on 12-pound test, fluorocarbon line. This is my Dobbins Fury rod. It's my cranking rod, 7-foot medium heavy, nice soft tip, and just a 6/8 to 1 loose speed spool. That got me quite a lot of bites this morning when the wind was going. As the wind calmed down a little bit, there was a couple other things I used. This right here is a little swim bait that I make. It's a 2.5 inch little finesse swim bait. This one here is white with silver flake. And the other one I've had a lot of success with out here is yellow with gold flake. That's been really good. I just throw this on a Z-Man jig head. This is a yellow head because I make these baits where they float, so I can also drag it on the bottom and use it like a Ned rig. And then the other bait that worked really good for me is another one that I've made. This is a 3.5 inch finesse worm. The color I was getting bites on this morning, there's a big bait ball going underneath me. The color I was getting bites on this morning is a green pumpkin with gold flake. I use this as my Ned rig. A lot of times it's a floating plastic, so it sticks up. I can trim it down if I want to, but I like that 3.5 inch. I like the way that sticks up off the bottom. I just feel like those fish will see it a whole lot faster. So the fishing's been good out here. The thing I am a little bit disappointed with, and I've noticed with even the tournament results, it's a lot of the same thing. Last year at this time, and even the year before, I got a pretty good amount of 4-pounders out here. 4-pound spots out here are really nice big spotted bass for this lake. This year, so far, I have not got a 4-pounder. Not too many 3-pounders as well. So I don't know what's going on. I've been sort of scratching my head. There was a tournament out here, I think it was about a week ago. I'm not sure which club it was, so I'm going to have to try to figure it out to see what their results were. But the one before that, the results, the big bag was like 10.5 pounds. So bags are still running pretty small. As I've said before, when you start seeing these bags run around 13, 14 pounds, or even 15, it just means some of the bigger bass are starting to bite and get caught. So like I said, I don't know what's going on. I have fished this lake really well. I have fished areas that I thought would be most obvious areas for some of these bigger bass spawning, but I still haven't figured it out. And but I'll just keep trying. Crappie bite's been real good. Brought my granddaughter out, and a little disappointed. Yeah, we caught crappie, but didn't catch as many as I wanted. I'm still learning about crappie fishing. To me, they're easy to catch, but sometimes they're hard to find. And I had a real tough time finding them, but my granddaughter and I had a great time. Well, I sure appreciate you guys, and I thank you for tuning in. Hopefully this little mid-April report out here at Lake Nacimiento will give you an idea of what's going on. And we should, you know, don't be shy with the topwater, that's for sure. I threw some this morning, didn't get any bites, but I have heard some guys are getting some pretty good topwater bite. I'm not seeing a whole lot of boils yet, but as the water warms up and it starts getting closer to 70, you're going to see more and more of that. And I'm looking forward to hopefully a really good topwater bite this summer. Well, thanks guys. I appreciate you. I appreciate everything. Appreciate the comments and getting involved with the channel. If you haven't subscribed, I'd thank you if you would. And I'm going to keep doing some fishing, but the fishing has been good out here. I'll talk to you next time.